From creation and distribution to use and disposal, everyday products are having a dramatic impact on our health and environment. Exposure to toxic chemicals from products add to the burden people of color, indigenous people, and low-income families already face from industrial pollutants, climate change, lack of adequate health care, or access to healthy foods. For over a decade, Women's Voices for the Earth has been advocating for the safety of and transparency of ingredients used in cleaning products. As a result of a new California law, we now have dramatically increased our understanding of what ingredients we are being exposed to in keeping our private and public spaces clean.
This report is 15 years in the making. When we first started talking with companies years ago, ingredient disclosure wasn't on their radar, and they told us fragrance disclosure was simply off the table. Finally, we're getting a glimpse into important right-to-know information. Many of the toxic chemicals we found are being disclosed for the first time in these products. We reviewed hundreds of products sold throughout the nation and found reproductive toxins, hormone disruptors, and allergens used throughout brands and in varying products. This exposure is unnecessary and is adding to the widespread public health burdens that impact our quality of life.
By evaluating new ingredient information now available about toxic chemicals used in cleaning products, this report aims to highlight the role of the cleaning products industry in cumulative harm and disproportionate burdens many cleaning product users already face, from numerous other determinants of health, from occupational and pollutants in the environments, to social, racial, and gender injustices. This report calls attention to some of the most problematic and pervasive ingredients used in everyday and industrial cleaning products that have widely remained hidden from the general public until now.
The fact that we found a bunch of products that actually have diethyl phthalate in them. And phthalates have been kind of in the news. People know about phthalates. You see packages that say phthalate free. So companies are kind of aware of this chemical. And we found a bunch of products that apparently have been using phthalates all along, even though the manufacturers generally say, oh, we don't use those anymore, but suddenly they've had to disclose that they're actually using them. So there's a bunch of carpet cleaners. We found it in a bunch of Clorox products in their fragrance, even though they said they weren't using phthalates in their fragrance. So that was a real surprise. I didn't expect to find any. I looked for it, but I didn't expect to find any. And there it was, and not a huge number of products, but certainly more than we expected. And certainly there are a lot of products out there that we haven't gotten disclosure for, which indicates there could be a lot more products that are still using these chemicals, which are really harmful to reproduction, that have really a good amount of research behind them being, dangerous chemicals that we just shouldn't be using anymore.
I think one of the things that stood out to me was some of the chemicals that are actually banned or restricted in the European Union, but are widely used here in the United States. So, for example, Lilial, which is a common fragrance ingredient, is actually going to be banned in the EU, but we found it in many products. Also, the really potent allergens MI and MCI are restricted in the EU, but still widely used here in cleaning products.
Interesting to find out that there are green brands or brands that are marketing themselves as green that have some of the same toxic chemicals, especially in their fragrances, as other companies that don't, forcing people to spend a lot more money on products that they think are safe for their families and for their homes, when they're actually not, and they're buying the exact same toxic chemicals as they normally would in other products.
For decades, cleaning product companies have been legally allowed to hide their ingredients, even those widely recognized to cause harm to our health and our environment. So this largely changed in 2020 as a result of the Cleaning Product Right to Know Act. Now, more than ever, we have a greater understanding of what we're exposed to in keeping private and public spaces clean. And what we're finding is unacceptable, especially when considering the numerous compounding health burdens that many people who use cleaning products already face.